Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining the Andesite Blue webinar. Andesite Blue is a company that offers an emerging market bond where you can invest into Ukraine, invest into the reconstruction of Ukraine, different industries in Ukraine. We are a United Kingdom company, and we invest into the emerging market of Ukraine. We were here before the war. We've been here during the war, and we will be here after the war. And this is something that we're going to go through, how you can earn a very significant passive income and fund a lot of worthy projects by purchasing our corporate income bond. So we'll go ahead and start. My name is Benjamin Z. Miller, and I'm one of the founders of Andesite Blue, and I'll introduce the rest of the team and everyone here. So, but before I get started, I want to read a very brief disclaimer, a legal disclaimer that as accredited investors, you will be aware that all investments carry some level of risk. This investment is only available to investors who are able to assess their own appetite for risk. Please read the risk statement within the investment memorandum before investing. Very good. So, all right. The New York Times, they actually ran an article in February of 2023 that said that the world's largest construction site, the largest construction site in the world, is now Ukraine. And the requirements for rebuilding Ukraine are going to range into hundreds of billions of dollars. Some estimates put it as close to, it could cost a trillion, but certainly hundreds of billions of dollars in the required for the reconstruction. And as the plans are being laid to rebuild Ukraine, post-war plans, companies from all over the world are interested in investing, and this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar effort. So there's also been a lot of discussions regarding having Russia pay for Ukraine's rebuilding. This is something that U.S. officials have cautioned against, seizing Russia's reserves in foreign banks. Others say it's crazy not to after this terrible, terrible war. So let's hear from some of the reasons to invest in Ukraine. We're gonna hear a short clip here, and this is why your investment really matters. This is Daniel Belak, who's
it was a real honor for Ukraine Invest to sponsor Ukraine House Davos this year, because there were a number of key things that came away from that engagement. There's three basic reasons that were stipulated. We had Sir Suma Chakrabarty, president of the EBRD, basically said that because of the government's reforms, Ukraine is open for business. I think that was a very key message for everybody to hear. The second message that we got was from business itself, major companies that basically said, look, Ukraine, because of the reforms that the government has undertaken, is now a stable, predictable, emerging market. We can wrap our heads around the risk-reward ratio, and we can make money. And the third takeaway was that it was given to us by Horizon Capital, that had just set up a $200 million private equity fund for investment into Ukrainian small cap companies, saying that Ukraine has highly valued assets that are underpriced, and that this was another fantastic opportunity that to catch Ukraine on the way up as the economy continues to grow.
Yeah, so it's really interesting what we've got. It's a situation where your investment really matters now to the country, and there's been a number of things that have been implemented. One of the absolute most important is the Foreign Investment Protection Program. This is a law that was implemented by the government of Ukraine that provides a number of protections for foreign investors. And if you're interested in that, we have considerably more information we can share on it. But the great thing is when you invest with Andesite Blue, when you make the wise decision to purchase a corporate income bond from Andesite Blue, you are also able to benefit from that foreign investment protection. And it is something where, with everything going on in the world and with the economy, it's just such a great thing to have that. The government did a good job with that foreign investment protection, and you can take advantage of it when you purchase a corporate income bond with Andesite Blue. And what we have here is Bucha. This is a city in Ukraine, and we're going to see a short clip here of how the city looked during the invasion, and then after some reconstruction. It's really amazing, the progress. So Bucha is one of the cities where some of the war crimes occurred. There were other cities, but tremendous destruction. This is actually how the city looked after Bucha was liberated from Russian forces. And now, 9 months later, in this video, you can see, look at that tremendous improvement, so much reconstruction, so much restoration that has been going on. But folks, there is just so much more work that needs to be done. And a lot of the people have been donating money, and that is certainly a great thing to do. The Andesite Blue team, we have also been active in doing a lot of charitable donations. But the thing about it is, this is something that is going to take not only government funding, but it's going to take a lot of private funding. And that is where the opportunity is for you to be able to earn a significant passive income, and to know that you are helping to rebuild by purchasing an Andesite Blue corporate income bond. We invest into different projects that are in multiple industries. The reconstruction in the real estate industry is one, but it's something where you can have a big impact here, and you can earn significant passive income. It's something that our bonds really provide a financial product that solves a problem for people that would like to have a nice, steady, passive income, but they want to know that the money's going into some worthwhile project. And rebuilding homes, investing into surgical clinics, different industries, different things like this are so important. And it's something where you can do so much good, and you can profit by purchasing one of these bonds. So it's something that is so relevant, and just encourage everyone to look at that. Now let's talk about surgical and healthcare. This is a picture of a clinic that was badly damaged, and this is an example of, we want to go in and basically do as much good as we can for a lot of these clinics that have been damaged, housing that has been damaged. But one industry that we are passionate about is healthcare with Andesite Blue. And we have our own Dr. Mark Hong. He's actually on our team. You can find him on our website. I'll talk about him briefly. But he's very passionate about healthcare, and everybody at Andesite Blue, we want to do things to really do as much as we can to help with improving healthcare in Ukraine. Real estate, as I mentioned, we're going to be very active in reconstruction, and our bonds, they benefit from the government investment protection. That's another great thing. The agriculture, that is so important. We have all heard about how important the food supply is, and that is something that when you purchase that Andesite Blue bond, you also are helping in the agricultural industry, because we are making investments into multiple different sectors, and agriculture is definitely one of them that we want to be active in, because food is so important to people. Now, here's an example of an actual project, and I just love this project. This is such a great project. It actually is what you're looking at is a surgical center and also some apartments. It's 70 apartments. And these are for returning refugees. These are for returning refugees and military. And basically We are working in conjunction with another company, Ukraine Nua, and they are a really first-rate company. They are also very much working to help to rebuild Ukraine, and we decided to join forces on this project. And this is one that we're going to be able to, when the refugees are returning, supply more housing that is in good quality condition. And we have some other projects as well that we'll be showing. Here's one that we are going to be doing at scale. It's going to involve phased creation of modular communities for returning Ukrainian refugees. So it's going to go, there was so much destruction as a result of this evil war. And now it's time to rebuild quickly, rebuild things stronger. We're going to do all that we can to make sure that Ukraine comes back even stronger than it was before. And part of that is housing. We want to be able to deliver really a turnkey, large scheme where we can, in far less time, deliver housing. And that is something that is so important. These modular communities for returning Ukrainian refugees, really, really vital. Another project that we're also going to be involved with is one with the export substitution of biofuel. That is something that it allows for the increasing the value of local crops through basically processing to critical commodities. And it is something, this particular project, it has a 10 million pound capital expenditure per installation, but it's one that will yield so many benefits. And we're also doing that in conjunction with Ukraine Nua. And I encourage you to also check out their website. They're a first-rate company. Another thing that we recognize is critical in reconstruction is bricks. Bricks are oftentimes in construction a key thing that if you don't have enough bricks, you can't rebuild. And that's why we want to invest into a modern brick factory, because we want to, this particular brick project is 118 million, and it has a calculated payback period of about 6.9 years. We're going to be investing into this along with potentially some other projects that are similar, and I'll show another one, but this is one that we're very excited about. It would be in conjunction with some other investment funds as well, but really great project. So let's talk about some of the returns that you could get by making the wise decision to purchase an Andesite Blue corporate income bond. First of all, we're all familiar that emerging markets actually offer far, far higher returns if you talk about on average. But within emerging markets, there is no other emerging market that can compete with Ukraine. Ukraine, by far, for many, many years into the future, is going to have superior returns. And as a result of that, we are able to offer our bondholders a really great rate of return. So we offer two options, a 3-year bond and a 5-year bond. If you purchase our 3-year bond and you have a choice of how often you want to be paid, if you want to be paid every quarter, we pay out a rate of 7.15%. But a lot of people, they are looking for the maximum. And folks, if you are looking for the highest possible return, I recommend the capital growth. That if you purchase a 60-month capital growth bond, the nice thing about that is you get an 8.85% rate of return. And it is something where if you place 100,000 pounds at the end of the term, you're going to receive 155,000 pounds back. So it's something that you can earn just a great return. And this illustration kind of shows how that works. But how does it really compare to similar products? When we designed this product, we wanted to make it competitive. We wanted to make it not a product that was like a charity product. We wanted to make this something that on its own would be a fantastic result for our bond buyers. And we did it. We did it, folks. We got it right. We created a a bond that pays as high as 8.85%. And just to kind of give you an idea, you know, a lot of you, I'm sure, have your money in the S&P 500 index. It seems to be, well, I hate to say the easy thing to do. It's certainly the popular thing to do. A lot of people, they just sort of they don't look around very much at options, but this is something that you can, if you have your money in there, you might average 5.4%. But if you make the wise decision to purchase a corporate income bond from Andesite Blue, you would get 8.85%. It is fantastic. And another thing that's different is we're not going to charge you any fees. You know, a lot of these index funds, you know, they talk about their low fees. They brag about that. Oh, we've got low fees. Well, folks, listen, we don't charge you any fees. So we're not even charging you a fee. So don't be too impressed about the index fund having a low fee. We charge you 0 fees. Now, that is a big difference because you know that your money's going into worthwhile projects. It's producing income for you. If you look at U.S. bonds, I mean, they pay a pittance. They pay an absolute pittance. I mean, it barely even, I don't think it even tracks with inflation, you know, 4.5%. The best is the Andesite Blue Bond by far. It's designed that way. Part of the reason that we can pay so much more than these other things is, you know, a lot of these other products, they have a lot of fund managers and the fund managers charging a fee and they're charging this. We're not charging any fees. We do it. We've got enough returns that are available here that we can deliver these excellent results for you. So that's something that's really exciting, folks. Let's talk about the team at Andesite Blue. Benjamin Z. Miller is my name. I'm an American businessman. I have been active in business all of my life. I've been involved with the real estate business, commercial deals all over the United States and Europe. I've also been involved in some private equity deals, business acquisitions, different things. Mike Wilson is the other founder, and he's also a businessman from the United States. We actually had a real interesting meeting. We were introduced to each other by a nice woman at the gym that introduced us and said, "Hey, there's another American." You know, and we got to talking, and we both saw the opportunity in Ukraine. We both before the war we're very passionate about bringing investment to Ukraine because there's so much potential here. I mean, it really is an amazing place. And now, as during the war, after the war, the opportunities have only become more significant. But Mike has worked at a lot of large companies in the United States, Hewlett Packard, Xerox, a lot of different ones. He also has experience owning different companies. Also, Steve Dyball, he's our senior operations management. He's a UK citizen. He has a wealth of experience in emerging markets. We have Nigel Brigden, who is our chairman of the board of directors. He's a UK citizen. He has 40 years of experience in banking. Christina Katrakis, she is our international investment coordinator. She's been involved with many multi-million-dollar projects throughout the world. Tetiana Kiltika, she is our corporate secretary. She's also a businesswoman in her own right. She's a Ukrainian and a UK citizen, brings a lot of skills and experience to the team. We have as well Vasyl Milnik, and I'd like to direct your attention to Vasyl Milnik. He's actually in the government of Ukraine. He's a former director in the Ministry of Finance. He has so many connections in Ukraine and so much knowledge of political and public processes in Ukraine that he is invaluable as a team member. We have Anatoly Landman, who's a Ukrainian citizen. He's in Kharkiv. He's a businessman. And if you have ever been to Kiev, Ukraine, and you've ridden on the metro, he actually was responsible for the implementation of the internet, where you could get Wi-Fi system, where you could actually access the internet there on the metro. We have Dr. Mark Hong, who's an oral surgeon. He was born in South Korea and he grew up in the United States. Dr. Mark Hong, he's an oral surgeon and he's practiced in the United States. He's also practiced in the United Kingdom. He's very passionate about healthcare and will be involved in a lot of the projects we're doing that are healthcare related. We have Andrew Richings, who's a corporate consultant. He's a UK citizen, and he's the founder of Thomas Kelly Holdings, which is a boutique investment firm. He advises a lot of ultra high net worth and high net worth investors, and he has extensive experience with bonds. So a lot of experience there. And again, you can get a rate that ranges from, 7 to as high as 8.85% on the interest. It's something where the opportunity is here for you to be able to start earning passive income. And it's something where we can get to the sort of goals that you have. And now I'm just going to go through a few things that sometimes people ask. How long is the bond term? Well, folks, it ranges from 36 months to as long as 60 months. But we do, as a convenience to you, if you want to renew the bond on an annual basis, we will do that for you. If you're happy with everything and you don't want the money back right then, and you just want to keep, because we've got years ahead of us and we can keep that money working for you longer term, but just by default, we plan it out so it's available for you at either 36 or 60 months, and we give you plenty of notice, but the option is there. We want to keep the money working for you as long as you want us to. Can you put the bond into your self-invested personal pension plan? Well, that actually is up to your provider. You can check with your provider. If your provider has any questions, they're also welcome to talk to us. We're more than happy to work with them. And if for some reason you have any questions, just let us know. But it's definitely something that could be a good fit there. How's the tax managed? Folks, we pay all the money to you. We don't take any money out for taxes. We just pay 100% of the money, your interest to you. And then after you get the money with your tax advisor, you can decide what's with your tax advisor, whatever's the right amount of tax that you want to pay, because everybody has a different marginal tax rate. So we just pay all the money to you. How will you receive the interest? It is so simple, folks. You just tell us what bank account you want, whatever bank account you nominated, we will pay the money there. Let's see. How do I invest? Oh, I love that question. That's one of my favorite questions, folks. That is done by just contacting us. Just go to andesiteblue.co.uk, fill out the contact form, let us know you're interested in investing. We'll schedule a call. We can do a one-on-one call with myself or one of the other team members at Andesite Blue. We'll go through, answer all your questions, and then we'll get the paperwork to you. And we make that process so simple and easy for you folks. It's really streamlined. We can get you in very quickly, where it is the bare minimum in terms of paperwork. We don't inundate you with a whole bunch of needless paperwork. We just want to make it simple, where we can get the information that we need, what bank account, where we comply with the KYC thing, but we're very careful on that. But we also do it very fast for you, because we know that your time is valuable, folks, and we want to get you taken care of. So in terms of the exit strategy, I want to comment on that. We plan things out where if you tell us you want to do a 3-year bond, we have your money ready for you at 36 months. If you do a 60-month or a 5-year bond, we have your money there. But if you want to do longer term, we can work with you longer term. It's not a problem. There are decades of investment available in Ukraine, and we can keep that money working for you as long as you want. And I want to thank you folks for coming to hear the webinar. I really appreciate people like you that want to do something good, that you want to do something to help Ukraine, that you want to do something that is worthwhile and that it makes business sense. And we've got the right product and it's the right time. So we look forward to getting started with you, and please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then I will open it up to any questions. I welcome questions from the audience. So